Hello everyone, Douglas here and welcome to my Star Wars review, and today I will be reviewing Revenge of the Sith. This movie is the last movie of the prequel trilogy, and this movie is the last for Hayden Christensen, Ewan McGregor, and Natalie Portman. George Lucas began writing this movie before the production of Attack of the Clones, and filming for Revenge of the Sith took place in Australia, Thailand, Switzerland, China, Italy, and the UK. War, the Republic is crumbling under attacks by the ruthless Sith Lord Count Dooku. In a stunning move, the fiendish droid leader, General Grievous, has swept into the Republic capital and kidnapped Chancellor Palpatine. Two Jedi Knights lead a separate mission to rescue Palpatine. We see a camera pans down, and we see a Jedi cruiser above Coruscant, and we see Obi-Wan and Anakin starfighters, and we see the Battle of Coruscant. We see Anakin Skywalker, played by Hayden Christensen, and Obi-Wan Kenobi, played by Ewan McGregor. We find out from Anakin Grievous' ship is ahead, and we find out there are vulture droids, and they are ready to fight. We see the droid fighter fire its missiles, and Anakin sees it and pulls up. We see the missiles go ahead of Obi-Wan's starfighter, and we see buzz droids. We see the buzz droids are trying to destroy Obi-Wan's starfighter, and we see the buzz droid destroys R4. That explains why he is not in episode 4. We see Anakin is trying to get the buzz droids off of Obi-Wan's starfighter. We see Anakin is trying to destroy the buzz droids, and one gets on Anakin's starfighter. We see R2 is about to fight the buzz droid. We see Obi-Wan tells R2 to hit the buzz droid's center eye, and we see R2 does, and the buzz droid is dead. We see Grievous' ship is ahead, and Obi-Wan knows the shields are still up, and we see Anakin disables the shields, and we see a metal door closing fast, and we see Anakin and Obi-Wan crash land in the hangar. We see Obi-Wan and Anakin are destroying the battle droids. We find out from Obi-Wan the Chancellor's signal is coming from the tower. We see both Anakin and Obi-Wan sense Count Dooku. We see Obi-Wan sense a trap. We see Anakin tells R2 to stay with the ship. We see General Grievous, played by Matthew Wood. We see Anakin sees destroyers and they fire on him. We see Obi-Wan and Anakin are in the elevator, and we see them surrounded by battle droids. We see super battle droids are in the hangar, and R2 is hiding. We see the elevator stop, and we see Anakin is cutting a hole, and we see Obi-Wan tells R2 to activate it. We see R2 is hiding from the super battle droids and trying not to get caught. We see R2 hides his comm. We see Anakin is on top of the elevator. We see R2 reactivates the elevator and it is going down, and Anakin is hanging on the edge. We see battle droids tell Anakin hands up. Well, his hands are already up. We see the super battle droids see R2 and R2 is trying to get the elevator up. We see Anakin is back on the elevator. We see R2 fights the super battle droids, and this was awesome. We see Anakin and Obi-Wan arrived on the top of the tower, and we see Palpatine, played by Ian McDiarmid. We see Palpatine warns him about Count Dooku, and we see Dooku, played by Christopher Lee. We see the duel with Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Dooku. A great line when Dooku says, "Twice the pride, double the downfall." We see Dooku uses the Force to knock Obi-Wan, and now it is only Anakin and Dooku. We see Obi-Wan gets back up and he destroys the super battle droids. We see Dooku uses the Force and knocks out Obi-Wan again. We see Anakin cuts both of Dooku's hands off. We see Palpatine tells Anakin to kill Dooku. You can tell by Dooku's face like, please don't do this. We know Anakin shouldn't, and we see Palpatine tells him to do it, and we see Anakin does it. We see Palpatine tells Anakin to leave Obi-Wan, and he knows he can't leave him there. We see the battle with Grievous' ship, in the Jedi cruiser. We find out from Anakin the elevator is not working. We see Grievous's ship is going down. We see Grievous's ship is back online. We see Obi-Wan wakes up with a surprise. We see Anakin tells R2 to get down to their location. We see the battle droid tells Grievous the Jedi's location, and Grievous orders Ray Shield. We see Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Palpatine are trapped in a Ray Shield. We see the droids arrive in a great line from Obi-Wan when he says, "Do you have a plan B?" We see Anakin, Obi-Wan, Palpatine, and R2 have been taken to the bridge, where they meet Grievous. We see R2 fakes a malfunction, and Anakin and Obi-Wan get their lightsabers. We see Anakin and Obi-Wan are fighting Grievous's guards. We see Grievous grabs the staff and breaks the window, and he escapes. We see Grievous is back in the ship. We see the ship is breaking in two. We see Grievous launches his escape pod. We see the wheel end of the ship broke off. We see Anakin is going to crash land the ship. We see the ship crash lands on Coruscant. A great line from Obi-Wan when he says, "Another happy landing." We see Palpatine is greeted by the senators, and another great line from Obi-Wan when he says, "Oh no, I'm not brave enough for politics." I think that's kind of true right there. We see Mace Windu, played by Samuel L. Jackson. We see C-3PO, played by Anthony Daniels. We see Senator Bail Organa, played by Jimmy Smits. We see Padme, played by Natalie Portman. We find out from Padme she is pregnant. We see a separatist shuttle, and it has Grievous. We see Grievous is talking to Darth Sidious. We see Darth Sidious tells Grievous to move the separatist leaders to Mustafar. We find out from Darth Sidious he will have a new apprentice. On Coruscant, it is night, and we see Anakin and Padme are talking. We see Anakin is having a nightmare about Padme. We see Anakin tells Padme that she dies in childbirth. We see Anakin is telling Yoda, played by Frank Oz, about his nightmares. We find out from Obi-Wan he is requested by Palpatine to meet him. We find out from Palpatine that he needs Anakin's help, and he wants him to be his eyes, ears, and voice of the Republic. We find out from Palpatine that he is appointing Anakin to be his personal representative on the Jedi Council. We find out from Mace Anakin is on the Council, but they do not grant him the rank of Master. What? What do you mean they're not granting him the rank of Master? Do you have to be a Master to be on the Jedi Council? How does this even work? We find out from Ki-Adi-Mundi, played by Shalia's cousin, they have found no sign of Grievous, and Yoda believes he is hiding in the Outer Rim. We find out from Obi-Wan they do not have many ships to spare. We see Ki-Adi-Mundi talks about the droid attack on the Wookiees. We find out Yoda is going to Kashyyyk. We see Anakin is not happy that he does not have the rank of Master. Yeah, tough luck on that one. We find out from Obi-Wan the Council wants him to report on Palpatine's dealings. We see Obi-Wan is talking to Yoda and Mace. We see Obi-Wan mentions the prophecy of the Chosen One, and we find out from Yoda that he thinks a prophecy could have been misread. A great line from Padme when she says, "What if democracy we thought we were serving no longer exists, and the Republic has become the very evil we've been fighting to destroy?" We see it is nighttime, and we see Anakin is meeting with Palpatine at a show. We find out from Palpatine that Grievous has been located in the Utapau system. We see Palpatine tells Anakin that the Jedi Council wants control of the Republic. We see Palpatine tells Anakin about the tragedy of Darth Plagueis. And that is a red flag right there. This is why we don't trust politicians, because they have something shady going on. We are on Kashyyyk, and Yoda is meeting with the Council before the battle. We do see Chewbacca, played by Peter Mayhaw. We see the council voted Obi-Wan to capture Grievous. We see all the Wookiees are ready to fight the droids. We see Anakin and Obi-Wan are talking before Obi-Wan goes to Yutapau. We see Obi-Wan is about to get on his ship, and this is the last time Anakin and Obi-Wan see each other. We see Obi-Wan gets in his starfighter and he goes to Yutapau. We see Obi-Wan arrives on Yutapau. We see the droids know Obi-Wan is here. We see Obi-Wan is meeting with the chairman and the chairman tells him everything. We see Obi-Wan is riding on the creature. We see Grievous is meeting with the separatist leaders. We see Obi-Wan has arrived and he is watching. We see Obi-Wan jumps and a great line when he says, "Hello there." We see Obi-Wan is surrounded by battle droids. We see Obi-Wan knocks out Grievous's guards and Grievous is going to fight Obi-Wan. And we see Grievous has 4 lightsabers. And we see the duel with Obi-Wan and Grievous, and that is awesome. We see Obi-Wan cut off both of Grievous's hands. We see Cody and the clones have arrived. We see Grievous is escaping in his vehicle. We see Obi-Wan drops his lightsaber and Cody grabs it. We see Cody is telling the council that Obi-Wan made contact with Grievous. We see Mace tells Anakin to deliver the report to Palpatine. We find out from Mace that he sent a plot to destroy the Jedi. The dark side of the Force surrounds the Chancellor. We find out from Ki-Adi-Mundi that if he does not give up his emergency powers after the destruction of Grievous, then he should be removed from office. We find out from Mace the Jedi Council would have to take control of the Senate in order to secure a peaceful transition. We see Anakin tells Palpatine about Obi-Wan engaging Grievous. We see Palpatine has knowledge of the Force, including the dark side, and we see Anakin is wondering how he knows about this. We find out Palpatine is Darth Sidious, and the Sith Lord the Jedi have been looking. We see Palpatine ask if Anakin is going to kill him, and we see Anakin wants to. Anakin is not going to do it, and we see Anakin is going to turn him in. Probably the right decision if I do say so myself. Like I said, politicians really do have shady dealings, especially if you're a Sith Lord. We see Obi-Wan and Grievous are fighting, and we see Obi-Wan on the vehicle. We see both of them got out. We see Obi-Wan gets the upper hand. We see Obi-Wan opens Grievous's chest, and we see Grievous throws Obi-Wan to the ledge. We see Obi-Wan uses the Force to get the blaster, and he shoots Grievous in the chest, and he is dead. We see Anakin tells Mace about Palpatine being the Sith Lord. We see Anakin wants to go with Mace, but Mace tells Anakin to stay here. We see Mace tells Anakin to stay in the council chambers until he returns. At Padme's apartment, we see her by herself, and we see Anakin by himself at the Jedi Temple at the council chambers. We see Anakin is having doubts about the Jedi, and he knows he wants Padme to survive. We see Padme is walking to her window and she stares at the Jedi Temple. We see Anakin is looking at the window towards Padme's apartment like they are looking at each other, and that is a great scene. It is nighttime and Anakin is on his way towards Palpatine. We see Mace, along with the 3 other Jedi, have arrived. We see Kit Fisto, Sincere Tin, and Aiden Kola. We see Palpatine sees him, and we find out from Mace Palpatine is under arrest. We find out from Mace the Senate will decide his fate, and a great line from Palpatine when he says, "I am the Senate." We see Palpatine grabs his lightsaber, and another great line when he says, "It's treason then." We see him with his lightsaber ignited and kills the 3 Jedi, and Mace is the only one to duel Palpatine. We see Anakin arrives and runs to Palpatine's office. We see Palpatine breaks his office window, and we see Mace kicks Palpatine's lightsaber out of his hand, and we see him cornered. We see Anakin arrives. We see Palpatine is trying to manipulate Anakin about the Jedi taking over. We see Mace tells Palpatine that he has lost, and Palpatine refuses to accept. And we see him use Force Lightning against Mace, but Mace uses his lightsaber to block it. And the scene I remember as a kid, when we see his face deformed, and we see Palpatine tells Anakin he must choose. We see Mace is about to kill Palpatine, and Anakin knows he must stand trial. And he knows killing him is not the Jedi way. Yeah, Anakin is right on this one, actually. We see Mace is about to kill him, and we see Anakin uses his lightsaber to cut Mace's hand off, and Anakin saves Palpatine. And we see Palpatine uses Force Lightning against Mace, and he is thrown out, and he is dead. So it seems, right? Unless if he's still alive. And again, that's a rabbit hole for another day, actually. We see Anakin is shocked about this. We see Palpatine tells Anakin he is fulfilling his destiny. We see Palpatine tells Anakin to become his apprentice and use the dark side of the Force, and Anakin submits. A good line from Palpatine when he says, "This henceforth you shall be known as Darth Vader." We see Yoda sense something is wrong. We find out from Palpatine that the Jedi are now enemies of the Republic. We find out from Palpatine that he wants Anakin to go to the Jedi Temple to execute the Jedi. And we see Anakin ask about the Jedi across the galaxy. We find out from Palpatine their betrayal will be dealt with. We also find out from Palpatine after executing the Jedi, he wants Anakin to go to Mustafar to wipe out Viceroy Gunray and the other separatist leaders. At the Jedi Temple, an iconic shot of the movie when we see Anakin and the 501st Legion are marching to the Jedi Temple to wipe out the Jedi. On Utapau, we see the clones are fighting. We see Obi-Wan meets with Commander Cody, and he tells Cody to move his troops to the higher levels. And we see Cody gives Obi-Wan his lightsaber, and we see Cody is contacted by Palpatine. And we hear Palpatine say this, "Execute Order 66." And we see Cody does that, and we see Obi-Wan gets blasted, and he falls in a pond. And we see all the Jedi are getting wiped out across the galaxy. We see Yoda drops his cane, and he knows something is wrong. On Kashyyyk, we see Yoda is marked with Order 66, and he kills the clones behind him. We see Chewbacca and Turf are getting Yoda out of here. Another dark scene I remember when we see the Jedi younglings getting killed by Anakin in the Council Chamber. We see Padme sees the Jedi Temple is on fire. We see 3PO tells Padme that Anakin returned to the temple, and we see her crying. We see Bail Organa arrives, and he is wondering what is going on, and we see the clone trooper tells him there was a rebellion, and we see Bail is trying to get in, but the clone trooper points his gun at him and tells him to leave. A great line from Bail when he says, "And so it is." We see the Jedi youngling fight the clone troopers, and we see Bail is watching this, and we see the youngling dies, and we see Bail yells no, and he escapes. We see Obi-Wan survives. We see Yoda is leaving, and he says goodbye to Chewbacca and Turf. We see Bail Organa's ship takes off. We see Bail is going to accept a few Jedi before they walk into a trap. We see Cody is looking for Obi-Wan, and he tells his troops to load the ships. We see Obi-Wan takes Grievous's fighter. We see Obi-Wan sends emergency code 913. We see Obi-Wan gets in contact with Bail Organa. We find out from Bail that he rescued Yoda, and he is sending Obi-Wan the coordinates. We see Anakin reunite with Padme. We see Padme is relieved that Anakin is alive. We see Anakin tells Padme that he is going to Mustafar. We see Anakin tells Padme to wait for him until he returns. We see Obi-Wan arrives on Bael's ship, and he is reunited with Yoda. We see Obi-Wan ask how many other Jedi survived, and we find out from Yoda they heard from no one. We see Bael tells Yoda and Obi-Wan what happened at the temple. We find out from Yoda they received a coded message and it requests all Jedi to return to the temple, and the war is over. They both know that will be a trap. We are on Mustafar and we see Palpatine is talking to the Viceroy and he is telling them about Darth Vader. We see Bael's ship is back on Coruscant. We find out they are getting a message from the Supreme Chancellor's office, and we find out there is a special session of Congress. We find out from Yoda if there is a special session, they can get into the Jedi Temple. We see Anakin arrives on Mustafar. We see Anakin is greeted by the Separatist leaders, and he starts killing them. At the Jedi Temple, we see Yoda and Obi-Wan are fighting the clone troopers. At the Senate building, we see Palpatine is giving a speech. We see Obi-Wan and Yoda are seeing the massacre at the temple. We find out from Palpatine the Republic will be reorganized into the First Galactic Empire. A great line from Padme when she says, "So this is how liberty dies," with thunderous applause. We see Obi-Wan recalibrated the code, warning all surviving Jedi to stay away. We see Obi-Wan wants to learn the truth, and he discovers the truth in a disturbing way that it was his former Padawan that led the attack. We find out from Yoda they must destroy the Sith. We see Obi-Wan thinks that he is getting sent to destroy the Emperor. We find out from Obi-Wan he will not kill Anakin, and he is like a brother to him. We see Yoda tells Obi-Wan he is now strong enough to fight the Emperor. We see Obi-Wan doesn't know where to look, and Yoda tells him to use his feelings. We see Obi-Wan is meeting with Padme, and Padme is telling him that he saw him yesterday. We see Obi-Wan is telling Padme what happened at the temple. We see Padme thinks that Obi-Wan is going to kill him. A great scene I like when Obi-Wan knows that Anakin is the father. Wow, did he know he married Padme? We see Padme is going after Anakin on Mustafar and Obi-Wan stows away on Padme's ship. We see Anakin tells Palpatine that he took care of the Separatist leaders. We see Palpatine tells Anakin to send a message to the Trade Federation ships. All droid units must shut down immediately. We see Padme's ship has arrived. We see Padme sees Anakin and Anakin runs to Padme. We see Padme found out the truth and tells Anakin everything. We see Padme knows that Anakin has changed when he turned to the dark side. We see Padme is upset, and this is Natalie Portman's best performance. We see Anakin sees Obi-Wan, and we see Anakin force chokes Padme. And we see Obi-Wan tells Anakin to let her go, and he does. We see Obi-Wan is about to get in a duel with Anakin, and this is one of the best duels of this movie. Meanwhile, we see Yoda arrives, and we see Palpatine sees that Yoda survived. And we see him use Force Lightning, and Yoda is knocked out. We see Yoda wakes up and he uses the Force to push Palpatine, and we get into the duel with Yoda and Palpatine. One of the best scenes from Yoda and Palpatine's duel is when we see them fight in the Senate chambers. We see Anakin's lightsaber hit a control panel and the shields are deactivated. We hear the duel of the fates one last time, and we see Palpatine is trying to crush Yoda with the pods. We see Yoda drops his lightsaber, and Palpatine uses Force Lightning against Yoda. He uses his hands to grab it and uses it against Palpatine. We see Palpatine is holding on the pod, and we see Yoda is slipping and he falls. One of the great shots when we see Anakin and Obi-Wan are fighting and we see lava in the background. We see Yoda is escaping, and we see clone troopers have found no sign of Yoda's body, and we see Palpatine tells them to double the search, and we see Palpatine is going to Mustafar, and he senses that Anakin is in danger. We see lava is getting on the metal beam, and we see it collapsing. We see Yoda is escaping and Bail picked him up. We find out Yoda is going into exile. We see Anakin and Obi-Wan are going over a fall, and we see Obi-Wan sees a platform and he gets on it. We see Anakin gets on top of a robot. We see Anakin jumps on Obi-Wan's platform. We see Obi-Wan jumps to high ground, and we see Obi-Wan tells Anakin he has the high ground. And we see Anakin tells Obi-Wan he underestimates his power. And we see Obi-Wan tells him not to try. And he doesn't listen. And we see Anakin jumps. And we see Obi-Wan cuts off his right hand and feet. Ouch. Yeah, he should have listened that he had the high ground. We see Obi-Wan is upset with Anakin that he joined the Sith. We see Obi-Wan takes Anakin's lightsaber, and we see Obi-Wan tells Anakin that he was his brother and he loved him. And we see Anakin catches on fire and he burns. Yeah, that's a burn notice right there. We see Obi-Wan returns to the ship, and we see 3PO got Padme back on the ship. We see Padme is not in good shape, and she asks Obi-Wan if Anakin is alright. We see Padme's ship takes off. We see Anakin is dragging himself uphill, and we see Palpatine's shuttle has arrived. We see Palpatine has found him. We are at a hospital, and we see Yoda is meditating, and we see Bail tells Yoda that Obi-Wan made contact. And we see Obi-Wan got Padme to the hospital. We see Palpatine's shuttle has arrived back on Coruscant. We find out from the medical droid they are losing her, and they need to operate quickly if they are to save the babies. And we find out she was pregnant with twins. We see Anakin's transformation into Darth Vader, and I bet that has got to hurt. We see Padme gives birth to Luke Skywalker and Leia. On Coruscant, we see the transformation is almost complete, and we see the helmet descends on Anakin. And his last words as Anakin are, "Padme, help me." We see the mask is on, and he is breathing. We see Padme is getting close to her death, and her last words are, "There's good in him. I know." We see Padme is dead. That is a sign that Anakin will turn back to the light side. We see the table is standing up, and we see Palpatine ask if Darth Vader can heal him. And we hear Darth Vader, voiced by the legendary James Earl Jones. We see Darth Vader ask about Padme, and we see Palpatine tells him that he killed her. And we see Vader does not take the news well, and we hear him yell no. We see Bail's ship is on Naboo. We see Yoda is meeting with Obi-Wan and Bail about the children. We find out from Yoda wants them hidden. We find out Yoda wants them split up. And we find out Bail will take Leia, and Obi-Wan will take Luke to Tatooine, to his family, with Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. We find out Obi-Wan will watch over him. We find out from Yoda until the time is right, they will disappear. We find out from Yoda he has training for Obi-Wan. We find out from Yoda an old friend has learned the path to immortality, one who has returned from the netherworld of the Force. We find out it is his old master, Qui-Gon Jinn. We find out Yoda will train to commune with him. We find out that Bail is going to wipe 3PO's memory. We are at Padme's funeral, and we see everyone is following her casket. We see Star Destroyers, and we see Palpatine is talking with Tarkin. and we see both Palpatine and Vader are watching the construction of the Death Star. We see Bill has returned to Alderaan with Leia, and we see Obi-Wan arrived on the Moisture Farm to drop off Luke to his aunt and uncle. And we see both Owen and Beru are watching the double sunset, and that is the end. I will say this movie is the best out of the prequel trilogy, and it is a classic. I will say Hayden Christensen is much better as Anakin, and he gives a great performance. Natalie Portman is real good in this movie, and she does give a great performance. I do like the story, and I do like how the Empire was established. It was also great to hear James Earl Jones as Darth Vader. I do like the direction of this movie, and there are great shots. I will give Revenge of the Sith a 10 out of 10. So that is my review of Revenge of the Sith. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you next time for my review of Batman, the animated series.